Hey guys, it's Rob True with Strategy Simple, coming at you live again this morning. And what I thought we would do today is we're actually going to talk about the why, how, and what of data collection. We kind of touched on this one yesterday, and I thought we'd kind of go a little bit deeper on this because this is pretty important stuff. Again, data's pretty important when it comes to business. So what I thought I would do is real quick, why? Why should you be collecting data at all, right? I mean, obviously, when it comes to data, again, we're talking about marketing data here and building that list of prospects and customers and that kind of thing. The main reason when you're collecting new data is leads, right? Leads are revenue. Leads are growth. So the number one reason is you can't, you can't grow your business if you don't have people to sell to. Well, you can with upsell and cross-sell and that stuff. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that right now. The second piece is, it's really about a cost savings as well, because inbound leads, organic leads, people that convert willingly, close at a much higher rate. And it's also going to save your marketing and your producers time. So, it's going to increase your revenue opportunity. It's going to decrease your cost because you're going to have a lower marketing cost and probably a faster sales funnel. And finally, it's really just a huge time savings. I mean, if you have inbound leads coming in, then your producers are not spending all that time researching. There was just a study out, I don't have the exact numbers, but it's like 40% of a salesperson's time is literally spent on research, which is a lot. All right, so that's the why, right? I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's going to help you increase revenues. It's going to help you decrease costs. It's going to help you save time. Quite frankly, it helps you mitigate risk as well, because you're growing your business and you're always looking at it from a growth perspective. Let's get to the how. How are you going to collect data? How are you going to collect leads? The main way is that most people do it is on their website, right? Everybody wants to start there, and we're going to cover another way here in just a second. But you want to have it on your site. Now, again, yesterday I talked about the famous, get a quote, which is fine. And in some cases, you need to have that on there and don't get rid of it. But people are not necessarily always ready to jump in and give you their information for a quote, right? Hey, yeah, here's all my information. They're not going to do that. It goes back to that know, like, and trust concept. They have to know you, like you, and trust you enough. You're asking for some pretty important information here. It's not, personally identification info, right? It's not that level of stuff, but they're giving you permission to contact them. They're giving you permission to have their info. So treat it with respect. What I like to do is offer what we call a lead magnet, right? So give them some piece of content that's of interest, that's of value to them, that will help them for what they're searching for. And this goes back to identifying who your customers and your clients are, your ideal client profile and all that. But, what is of interest, right? If you're selling personal lines, what's something that someone that's looking for personal lines would want, right? Is that how to protect their assets, why you need to have coverage for your rings and have that stuff listed on your policy. Maybe it's you're going after high net worth individuals, and there's other things that comes from staffing and umbrella policies and why they're important for people that are on boards or that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go into real in depth on that because I'm not a high net worth specialist or anything like that. But if you're in commercial lines, right, knowing what kind of content they're going after, what's the true risk opportunity for those guys, and giving them content that's relevant to them. So that's the main way. So and that can be a report, a white paper, a case study, a video interview, an article from a magazine, an interview, whatever it is. Give them a lead magnet, right? So that you can give them something of value, and then there's some level of reciprocity coming back. Now, you can do it on your website. You can also do it on social media, and this is what I said I was going to offer before. You can, on LinkedIn and Facebook, you can have forms, right? You can have links to your site from those places as well. So again, it goes back to that whole conversation about there's two types of audiences. There's audiences you control, and there's audiences you don't control. If you do everything on social media, you don't control that. You can't, if you got kicked off of Facebook or blocked from LinkedIn or whatever, all of your contacts are gone. So make sure you're collecting their information. Now, okay, that's enough of that. What information do you need to collect and why? Okay, so there is a piece of content here, and the reason that quote forms don't work so well is it's asking for too much. It takes too long. I jokingly say that we're in the clownfish era, right? What does that mean? That means the average human has the attention span of a clownfish, which is about 6 seconds. So ask them for their name, ask them for their email address, and I'm going to cover all of these why. You're going to ask them for their mobile number, and you're also going to ask them for their main phone number. Now, if you're on commercial you want to get their company name, that's fine too. But you want to keep the information requests, the data requests that you're asking them for, keep it to a minimum. That's because you're more likely to get it done. Now, let's run through real quick why each of those are important. Name, duh, right? Come on, Rob, you need to know their name. The other side of that is on the marketing piece. Personalized marketing is key. You have to use their name. You can use their name throughout that. And then you can also start to segment via name and their interests so that you're sending them the information that they want. Sorry, I'm getting really good lighting here. It's a beautiful morning. Number 2, email. Nobody reads your email anymore, right? Wrong. Email is number 1. You want to have that email list. You want to have that information for them so that you can do that. So I am getting really bad lighting, so I'm going to fix. There we go. So email. You want to collect their email information. Why do you want their mobile number? You want their mobile number because you want to be able to communicate with them via SMS text. Why? Outside of direct messages, SMS text is opened almost 100% of the time. So if you can communicate with them, and you got to do it sparingly, but you want to collect that information. And then obviously the company name, if you want to do that, that's fine. So that's it, guys. That's like I said, the why, how, and what to do that. If there's one main takeaway, minimize the initial request. Now there's a concept of progressive profiling, and we'll talk about that later and everything else. But, that's the why. You're going to increase revenues because you're going to get more leads. You're going to decrease costs because your marketing is going to cost less, and it's probably going to accelerate your pipeline. And it's going to save your team time. And plus, like I said, it mitigates your risk. The how, put it on your site, do it on social media, get those forms on there, and have a lead magnet. And then the what you're going to ask for, name, email address, mobile number, and then company name. If you want to get their other number as well, if they have a main number, that's fine. But I just read somewhere like 70% of people are getting rid of their landlines. So that's it. If you guys have any questions or if I can help you in any way, let me know. And again, take a look at your website. Take a look at your digital footprint and look at where you're asking for contact information and how you're doing it. I think you're going to be surprised. Again, I'm Rob Truba, Strategy Simple, guys. We'll talk to you soon.